10 missiles hit a military airbase overnight in Iraq. The attack targeted the Al-Assad Air Base in the western part of the country. That base houses roughly 2,000 U.S.-led coalition troops. An American contractor died after suffering a heart attack during the shelling. The Pentagon says no additional service members were injured. No one has claimed responsibility for the attack, but it comes at a time when tensions are escalating between the U.S. and Iran. CBS News' Skylar Henry has more.
Video on social media shows the wreckage of what Iraqi forces believe was the launch pad to carry out Wednesday's rocket attack on a military base used by American forces in Iraq. The attack on Al-Assad Air Base is the first since the U.S. struck Iran-backed militia targets in Syria last week.
The strike was authorized in response to recent attacks against American and coalition personnel in Iraq and to ongoing threats to those personnel.
Wednesday's attack targeted the same base that Iran struck in January of last year, injuring dozens of U.S. servicemen in what was the largest ever ballistic missile attack against Americans. That attack was in retaliation for the U.S.-directed drone strike that killed Iranian General Qasem Soleimani. The Pentagon says the base's missile defensive systems engaged during the attack, and there are no reports of any injuries to U.S. service members. However, one American civilian contractor died of a heart attack. Wednesday's rocket strike comes 2 days ahead of Pope Francis's trip to Iraq, where he's expected to not only meet with Christians who were persecuted during the Islamic State insurgency, but also try to boost ties with the Shiite Muslim world. Skylar Henry, CBS News.